Welcome to our first actual slideshow together. So again, if we look at the question in great detail, it is when will advancing technology make most of us unemployable? And what should we do about this? Quite a daunting question. And to be honest, I feel like given the current climate, especially with the rise of artificial intelligence, this is probably one of the most topical questions that can kind of exist currently in the world, right? So it's incredibly interesting as a question to have a look at. And it's something that we should really be giving great focus and great detail to when we answer it. Now, another thing I'd like to draw your attention to is, as you can see, this is a two-part question. And historically, in the John Locke competition, when the question is in two parts, it is best really we must focus an even amount of our argument and words on each part. This is sort of a basic sort of rule of thumb, right? A fundamental law when we construct essays like this. So we must focus on an even amount of our argument and words on each part. So, maybe we'll spend the first half of the essay talking about when advancing technology will make most of us unemployable. And then, in terms of what we should do about this, that can become our own sort of personal discussion, which will come after we've first addressed the first half of the question. So again, just to be clear, we always aim to address the question in an equal sort of setup. We're going to address the first part first, and then we move on to the second part. So in order to really strip apart this and really look and understand at how technology advancement really interacts with society, it's important to really understand, how do we actually model technological advancement? And that brings us onto our first key theory and piece of relative sort of reading and theory. And that specifically is technology that augments labor, capital, and production functions. And specifically, we want to understand what is total factor productivity and how powerful is total factor productivity. Now, as always, I'm not going to sort of go into too much detail on these topics because we will be covering them in high level detail in our future lecture sessions together. However, what I can sort of say is there are four key factors of production. You have land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Okay. And what we're going to look at in our session together is we're going to very carefully pick apart how technology is able to elevate all four of these aspects in turn.